Hello everybody, this is Keith from CryptoCoinMindSet. I hope this video finds you well today. And in today's video, we're going to be talking some of the latest news regarding cryptocurrency adoption across the world, but more so the dominoes that are slowly falling with regard to cryptocurrency adoption and the probably bumpy road ahead that adoption on a mass scale is going to have. So sit tight, we're going to get right to that. Now, before we kick into our video, we'd like to ask, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick that bell icon, click the all. That way you get notified every time we put out a great video. And of course, hit that like button, smash it up. We appreciate it. It helps the channel. All right, so let's talk Bitcoin and cryptocurrency mass adoption. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that El Salvador became the first country to accept Bitcoin as a legal form of tender. We've been reporting that since all the news hit back in June. And we've been saying it for a long time. When you're the first doing something, the road is going to be bumpy. You are literally paving the way. Now, we put out a lot of content and share a lot of content from Mark Moss, who is trying to educate people about what the powers that are ruling governments and the financial system are doing to try to control the masses across the world. Link to his channel in the description below. But if you follow any of his content, you understand the importance of being able to be outside of the system that they have in place, the traditional monetary system where the US dollar is still the reserve currency of the world. And they use it to sanction people all the time. They use it as a weapon. And currently, they're inflating it away. They are just devaluing, debasing the currency. But this is not completely what this video is about. But I mean, think about what they're doing. They're just basically printing it away. So then you've got countries like El Salvador, who, in our opinion, are doing something that is like extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary, by creating a law making Bitcoin and USD legal tender in that country side by side. So they're smart with not getting rid of USD straight off. And honestly, our opinion is that that's probably the way to go for a lot of these countries. But it isn't all said and done with regard to that. So again, not everybody is going to be all on board with putting Bitcoin in there, because it's kind of like the Matrix, that, you know, people are so plugged in, they're not ready to be released, and they'll even fight to stay in the Matrix.
The Matrix is a system, Neil. That system is our enemy. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was. Look again.
I love the Matrix. It's kind of funny. Anyway, not to digress. But so El Salvador being the first country to accept crypto as legal tender was a huge move. Along with that came El Salvador talking about paying their workers in Bitcoin. I mean, that makes the next logical sense, right? To have, if you're going to make it legal tender, why not pay people in Bitcoin? Honestly, I think that's a great option to have, right? I mean, why not get paid in the tender that's going to hold your purchasing value? You have a deflationary tender in Bitcoin and BTC and an inflationary tender in the US dollar. Kind of just makes simple sense to me. What do you think? Tell us in the description below. And don't forget, while you're down there giving us your information and your opinion on what we're talking about here today, if you didn't subscribe, do it. And don't forget, hit that thumbs up. But like we said, the road to adoption is gonna be bumpy. It's just gonna be. Has to be. Well, let's start out with remittance firms. Were the first to resist. And do you blame them? You're basically cutting in to their business. You're literally stealing the money right out of their hands. These remittance firms like Western Union and MoneyGram, those kind of things, where do they get their money? From charging people these exorbitant fees to move USD from one place to the other. And because there are so many migrant workers who work outside of El Salvador in this case, what do they got to do? They got to send that money back to the country. Well, guess what? Here we are. They get their cut, sucking it off the backs of the people who are working and trying to send that money back to family. So of course, they are going to sit there and be opposing having the ability for people to literally just send money from point A to point B without their service whatsoever. And they'll do it cheaper and faster. Call me crazy. But the opposition continues. The opposition party in El Salvador filed a lawsuit claiming that the Bitcoin law is unconstitutional. Is it? Is it not? Well, that's for courts to decide. But the fact that there are people in the country, again, part of the matrix if you ask me, who are just not wanting to let this old system go, even if it's taking them down with it. Change is difficult. It truly is. But necessary. And this change to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and blockchain tech is obviously new to people, and that scares people. But let's not just look at it from like a micro point of view with El Salvador. You've got pushback from the IMF and the World Bank too. Now, you'll notice we put out recently that these guys, the World Bank and the IMF, are backing CBDC development. Well, I mean, come on, why wouldn't they? They can control CBDCs. I've even seen like the fear of that is out there so much that you could program the money to track people, to expire, to only be spent in certain areas. The list of what you can do with it is scary, to be honest, and being tested in some of the major areas, major countries that are currently testing their CBDCs, like China. That was a recent test in China to see, hey, can we get this to expire? Boom, done. But yet you've got the World Bank and the IMF who are sitting here promoting CBDCs and basically crapping on countries like El Salvador who are looking to do something outside of the system, because CBDCs at the end of the day are nothing more than a digital form of the current system we have. It's still the same centrally controlled and regulated system, just in digital form. But you want to know what's the great part, in our opinion, is that other countries are at least showing an interest in cryptocurrency. We were just recently reported about Tanzania. Again, we know these are not major countries, first world countries like the United States and England and stuff like that, but the dominoes fall slowly. First El Salvador, now you've got Tanzania showing optimism about using cryptocurrency and adopting cryptocurrency. Domino number 2. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Then you've got Argentina, the lawmakers there proposing a bill to let businesses pay their employees in crypto. Again, dominoes. Dominoes, dominoes. We saw that back with El Salvador and now Argentina. But wait, we're now reporting on the latest one, Paraguay, who is looking to adopt a cryptocurrency bill. Again, these are the small dominoes that will increase, and the speed at which they increase and go will just get faster and faster, and all starting with El Salvador saying, okay, enough. We're going to accept Bitcoin. And again, they're paving the way. It's going to be bumpy. There's going to be a lot of unrest about it. There just is. But now you've got countries who are jumping on board. Again, maybe not as on board as El Salvador, but the fact that they are taking the time to put this thought process out there to give their people the opportunity to survive, basically. Let's be honest. And again, link to Mark Moss's channel in the description below. He puts a compelling case for what's going on in this world. You really need to check those out. And now, again, what do you think? How do you feel this is going, and what do you think is coming in the future for the adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Either, within countries, or how about the reserve asset of the world? And people think that's far-fetched right now, but maybe not so much. Tell us what you're thinking in the comments below. We really appreciate it. And we hope you're liking this new format with regard to news, where we're giving you our opinion as we're running it down, because we feel that you can get a lot of just junk for news. They're trying to fill your head, and you need to find those alternative sources that are going to give you the truth, maybe a little bit of opinion, but we're going to tell you right now, do your research, make up your own mind. But we're going to keep presenting in this format, so we hope you'll like it. And that's going to do it for our video today. Again, if you're new to the channel, we'd ask that you hit that subscribe button, tick that bell icon, and click the all. That way you get notified every time we put out a great video. And if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit that like button, smash it up. It helps our channel. Now, we've been big promoters of various blockchain-based projects in the space, and for social media, that's no exception. We'd like to ask if you join us over on Odysee. Odysee is the latest derivation of Library, a blockchain-based, censorship-resistant, social media, YouTube-style social media platform. Head on over there, follow us. We really appreciate the support on Odysee. You'll find all of our videos there, as well as some exclusive content. And head on over to SoMee. SoMee is another blockchain-based, censorship-resistant social media platform. Head on over there, follow us, show some support for blockchain-based, censorship-resistant platforms in our space. And finally, you can also find us on CoinTree. Link for all of this is in the description below. You head on over to CoinTree, you can send us a tip. We greatly appreciate it. It helps support the channel, but more importantly, you can find all of our official social media platforms listed down below. We'd like to thank you for stopping by and visiting us here today at CryptoCoinMindSet. We hope you have a great day and take care.